Who am I? By Espie Claudio. Who are you? Who am I? Who are they? How do we define ourselves? Who am I as I say I am? Who am I as others say I am? Who am I as God says I am? It's difficult, isn't it? There are so many different perspectives. But hopefully, the most correct one is who I am as God says I am who I am through God's eyes. But that's also hard to guess. How do we even begin to understand how God sees us? Still, it's good to reflect on it. At least you'll have some idea of where you stand before God. But how do we define ourselves? Can I say I'm intelligent? Can I say I'm kind? Can I say I'm happy? We can't define ourselves in just one word. Maybe I'm smart in math, but clueless in English. Maybe I'm wise in life, but struggle in academics. There are so many aspects of life and so many parts of ourselves. So how can we sum that up in just one word? Am I kind? Maybe I'm kind to my friends, but mean to my sibling. Maybe I'm kind to animals, but unkind to people. So we can't define a person as simply kind. There are layers to every word. And maybe I'm kind now, but not later. I may not get angry quickly now, but later I might explode. Aside from every word having depth and complexity, we also change. So who we are now may be different later. We're not defined by a single moment in time, we evolve. Maybe today you're unkind, but tomorrow you've learned and changed. As we learn or unlearn things, we grow. So if even we ourselves can't fully define who we are, how much more difficult is it for others to define us? When someone calls you arrogant, mean, or stupid, why would you believe it? We ourselves don't even fully understand who we are. Because words are not enough to define us, and only God knows the full picture from beginning to end. He alone knows the millions of words that could describe us. So, if someone says something negative about you, especially during a fight, like, "You're always like this," why let it affect you? It's not the truth. Only God can judge. That's why sometimes even in prayer meetings or religious groups, people become judgmental. They study what's good and bad, and then when they hear something about a person, they suddenly think, "That's who you are. You need to change." Maybe it's their obligation to correct others, but not in a way that's personal or harsh. Correct gently, not in a way that sounds like judging, because you probably do the same thing or have your own issues too. How can you judge someone and say he, she is bad? But think, what if you were born in their place? With their parents, their upbringing, their poverty, their lack of education, or different religion or no religion at all? What if everyone around them was doing those same things, and they simply followed without knowing it was right or wrong? If you were born into their exact life, you'd probably be just like them. You'd think the same, act the same. So you have no right to get angry or judge. Whatever definition you place on someone should start with understanding. Even if there's someone you dislike, have compassion, not hate. Just be thankful you weren't born into that situation. So defining people is hard. In short, don't define, don't judge. We can only make guesses, momentary and superficial guesses. And if we do, keep it light, no anger, no jealousy. Because honestly, there's nothing in this world worth being jealous of. Look at all the successful people. Do you really want their lives? Do you want to be like Michael Jackson? If you envy someone, make sure you envy their entire life, not just the good parts. Sure, someone may be rich and famous, but at what cost? So whatever you have, that's your best life. Because no life is perfect. Every life has good and bad. Wherever you are, just live it fully in every moment. Make every moment great in God's eyes. And that's what matters. Don't define yourself. Just do your best. Don't believe everything others say about you. And as much as possible, use psychology with God. Try to psychologize God. Try to imagine what God might be thinking about you. That's what matters most. Not what people say, not even what you say about yourself. Just how God sees you. God alone knows who and what you are.